Hello and welcome to Pabbly. So today in this video, we are going to learn how to create a contact in SuiteDash from new Google Sheet row. Now suppose guys you are using SuiteDash to manage your business and you or your team members are adding the details of new leads or new contacts from multiple sources into a Google Sheet. Now you want that whenever a new row of data or new row of user details is added into the Google Sheet, you want to add that same person as a contact in SuiteDash. So let me tell you, you can completely automate this process. So in this automation, whenever a new row of user details will be added into the Google Sheet, automatically with the same details, the same person will be added as a contact, created as a contact in SuiteDash. Now, if you want to know how you can set up this automation, for that, you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Google Sheets to SuiteDash. And then just click on Create. Now you can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with our trigger window. Now the idea here is, first, we have to connect our Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect in the trigger window. So that if we are adding the details of a new lead or of a new client or contact in our Google Sheet as a new row, as we add these details, instantly, automatically this automation workflow will trigger. Google Sheet will send the data of a new row, of a new lead to Pabbly Connect, and that using this Pabbly Connect's automation, using the same details from the Google Sheet, we are going to add that user as a lead or as a client in SuiteDash. So let's see how it is done. We will start with our trigger window and here in Choose App, we will search for Google Sheets. Just select it. After selecting Google Sheets, here in Trigger Event from this drop-down, we have to select New or Updated Spreadsheet row as the trigger event. After selecting a trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. And now using this webhook URL, we are going to connect this Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect so that we can get the details. Now to use this webhook URL, we just have to follow the help text given below over here. Copy this webhook URL from here and go to the Google Sheet in which you are adding the details of a new user. So this is my sheet. After reaching to the sheet, just go to Extensions, Add-ons and click on Get Add-ons. Now after clicking on Get Add-ons, we will reach to Google Workspace Marketplace. And here in Search app, we have to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks. And as you can see, Pabbly Connect Webhooks, this add-on is already installed in my Google Sheets. You just have to install this same add-on into your own Google Sheets account, and after installing it, just refresh your Google Sheets once. This is a very important step. Now after refreshing our Google Sheets, we will once again go to Extensions, and this time we will see Pabbly Connect Webhooks. This add-on can be seen over here. Just hover on it and click on Initial Setup. Now when we click on Initial Setup, we will see this box will appear in front of us. And it is basically asking us 3 different things. First one is the selected sheet, the second one is the webhook URL, and third one is the trigger column. Now here it is most likely possible that in your Google Sheet, you might have created multiple sheets over here. So the data of a new row, of a new contact or of a new lead from which particular sheet we want to send to Pabbly Connect. We have to select that sheet over here. So right now I have only one sheet in this Google spreadsheet named as Sheet 1. And I want to send the data from this particular sheet to Pabbly Connect. That's why I have selected Sheet 1 over here by default. Then it is asking us for the webhook URL. Now here in webhook URL field, we have to paste the exact same webhook URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy it from here and then paste it over here. After pasting the webhook URL, the last thing it asks us is the trigger column. Now here you must be thinking, what is this trigger column? So trigger column is basically the last data entry column of our Google Sheet. So for example, here in the background, you can see column E is going to be my trigger column, because it is the last column in which any of my data exists. After column E, in any of the column, none of my data does not exist. It is the last column in which I'm going to enter some data. So column E is going to be my trigger column. After entering trigger column, just click on Send Test button. Now when we click on Send Test, it will show us the response as test data sent successfully. This means the data of the first row after the headers, means the data of row number 2 which we have over here, this data is sent as a test data to this webhook URL, means to Pabbly Connect. So let's check it. We will get back to our Pabbly Connect workflow and we will see here in our trigger response, we have received the response over here in the trigger window. And in this response, you will see the details of the exact same row, the first row. So here in this Google Sheet, we have the first name, last name, email, phone number, and city. And here in Pabbly Connect's trigger window, you can see the same details, the first name, last name, phone number, email, and the city as well. This means the connection of Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect's trigger is working perfectly fine. After setting up this connection, just click on this submit button over here. And when we click on submit, it is showing us setup configured successfully. So guys, the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. We have successfully connected this Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect in the trigger window. Now here guys, we just have to make a small tweak, a small setting change over here. Once again, we'll go to extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks, and here you can see an option named as send on event. Just click on this send on event button, and then after selecting this, here you will see once again under extension, this option is selected. Now every time we add a new row of data in our Google Sheet till our trigger column, now whenever we are going to add the data, instantly within seconds, the data of the exact same row, newly added row, will be sent to Pabbly Connect. So by selecting send on event, we are telling this Google Sheet, we are telling this add-on that whenever a new row of data is added till our trigger column, immediately send that data to Pabbly Connect, and then this Pabbly Connect workflow will trigger. So here guys, we have successfully connected our Google Sheet and received the details of a user from a Google Sheet inside Pabbly Connect. Now let's move to step 2. And in step 2, we want to send these details of the user to SuiteDash so that we can add this user as a lead or as a contact over there. So for this, we will just scroll down and come to our action window. And here in Choose App, we will search for SuiteDash. Just select it. After selecting SuiteDash in the action step, here in action event from this drop down, select the action event as create a contact. Then just click on connect and select add new connection over here. Now here guys, we have to connect our SuiteDash account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the public ID and secret key of our SuiteDash account. Now here you must be thinking how you can get this public ID and secret key. So to get it, just go to the dashboard of your SuiteDash account and here on the right top corner, click on this profile option. After clicking on it, under my account, you can see this option of integrations. Just click on integrations over here. Now when we click on integrations, this integration page will open in front of us. And here you can see an option of secure API. Just click on secure API over here. After coming to the secure API page, here you can see the public ID and the token, test token over here of your SuiteDash account. Just copy this public ID from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And to get the secret key, just copy the secret key from here as well and go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. If you want, you can generate a new public ID or a new secret key by clicking on this button as well. After entering the public ID and secret key, just click on save. And when we click on save, we will see our SuiteDash account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the role. That what is the role of this new contact that which we are creating in SuiteDash. So in this dropdown, you can see 3 different roles. Is this a lead? Is this a prospect? Or is this a new contact? Is a client? So let's select lead over here. I want to select lead over here. Like all the details of a new contact which I'm adding in the Google Sheet, all of these contacts are, for example, lead. Then it is asking us for the name prefix. Now here in this Google Sheet, you will see we haven't added any column or the prefix of the name of the user over here. So if you want from this drop down, you can select the prefix, a common prefix for everyone, but it's not fair. So here in name prefix, what we can do, we can basically map this response. You can turn the mapping button on and clear the default response. So if you want to create a contact in SuiteDash with a proper name prefix, then what you can do, you can basically add another column of data in your Google Sheet in which you can enter or select the prefix which you want to add as the contact details. And here in Pabbly Connect over here in this name prefix field, you can map the response. But right now guys, using this automation, I don't want to add any prefix to the name of the contact. So I'm just keeping this field blank. We have just turned on the mapping button, cleared the default response, and we are going to keep this field blank over here because we don't want to add any prefix to our contacts. Then after this, the next thing it asks us is the first name. That what is the first name of the new contact that we are creating. So we have entered the first name in our Google Sheet over here, and we have received the details of a contact of a user from Google Sheet inside Pabbly Connect's trigger window. So here guys, from this trigger window, from this trigger step, we have to basically map this response of first name over here. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. We will just come to this field of first name over here, and when we click here in this drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Google Sheet of a new row. Out of all of these responses, we will select the response of the first name which we have received from Google Sheet. Just select it and it will be mapped over here. So whatever first name of the user we are going to enter in our Google Sheet, with the same first name, with the same details, the contact will be created in SuiteDash. After first name, we have to follow the same process of mapping for other details as well. Like we will click here in the field of last name, and from the drop down from Google Sheet responses, select the response of last name and it will be mapped over here. Then let's come to email. Just click here from the drop down, map the response of email. Then it is asking us home email, work email, phone, home phone, work phone, and all the other details. So one by one, if you get these details, if you have added all the details over here in your Google Sheet in separate columns, one by one you can map all of these details into the respective fields. If you want, like all of these fields like home phone, work phone, shop phone, and all of these fields are not mandatory, are not required. So you can basically ignore these fields as well for now according to your choice. So we have received some basic details. So for example, we have this response of phone. So from the drop down, let's map the mobile number of the user. Then we don't have the home phone or work phone numbers, so we can ignore these fields. Then we have the response of city over here. Like we can see, we have entered city in the Google Sheet. So you can scroll down, you can see this field of city, just click here. And from the drop down from Google Sheet responses, map the response of city over here. So in this way, by using this process of mapping, you can basically enter the details of all the users, all the contact details of the new contact from Google Sheet into this SuiteDash step. And after mapping all the required details which you want to add, just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the details of the contact of the user which we have mapped over here, basically the user whose details we have added in our Google Sheet, with these same details, this person has been added as a new contact in our SuiteDash account. So let's check it. We will go to SuiteDash. From the left sidebar, we will go to the CRM section and go to contacts. So let's search for this contact which we have just now added. The name of the contact is demo user. And yes, here you can see that demo user, the same person whose details we have added in our Google Sheet, that same person with the same details is now added as a contact in our SuiteDash account. Here you can see the same name demo user. You can see the same email address which we have entered in our Google Sheet. Also, you can see the same phone number. We will scroll down further, and here you can see the same city as Mumbai which we have added in our Google Sheet. This means this automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect, this automation is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, whenever a new row of user details will be added in our Google Sheet, automatically with the same details, that person will be added as a contact in our SuiteDash account over here. Now here guys, after setting up this automation, let's test this automation workflow once. We will go back to our Google Sheet and we are going to enter the details of a new user. For example, the name of the person this time is test user. This is the email address of this user. And this is the dummy mobile number which we are going to enter. For example, this time the city is Delhi. So just now in our Google Sheet, we have added a new row of user details. And we will see as we add these details, instantly, automatically within seconds, with the same details, a contact will be created in SuiteDash. So once again, we'll go to SuiteDash. We will refresh this contacts page once. And then we will just scroll down. And here you can see that test user, the same person whose details we have just now added in our Google Sheet, that same person is now added as a contact in our SuiteDash account. Same name, same email, same mobile number, and also you can see the same city. So we have tested this automation in real time, and this automation is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, guys, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this exact same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone this same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestion, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.